Hey everybody, this is Fire Maiden at the Crafty Cauldrons for this week's book reviews. We are actually going to be doing 3 books today. This one is for the crystal junkies, like myself. If you're new to crystal work, then you might not know her yet, but, and I don't care what anybody says, Judy Hall will always be my favorite of writers with stones. Now, I do want to say beware with her books a little bit because some of them tend to be a bit repetitive. She has some books out that pretty much contain the same information as the books I'm about to show you. So if you get these books, make sure that before you get anything else by her that you flip through them a little bit. Some have new information, some really don't. These are the ones I think are the best. The first one I want to show you is Crystal Prescriptions. This is my little life-saving book. It is thin, it is very, very mobile, but it is my favorite go-to book. It's not necessarily an encyclopedia or anything like that. It does contain some basic information on the chakras and different things to do with stones, where to put them, and stuff like that. And that section, about yay big. Now this is the fun part. You don't look up stones in this book based off of stones themselves. You're not looking up amethyst, you're not looking up topaz, you're not looking up opal. Instead, you're looking up by issue. You're looking up by symptom. Well, not always necessarily symptom, I just passed childbirth. So, as far as I'm concerned, that's not a symptom. Anyways, and it also things that help with other things, like we got death and dying, assisting transition. Stones good for this are amethyst, lilac, kunzite, let's see if I say it right, hyalite. And it also tells you a good place to put it, which for these would be your higher crown chakra. And then it goes, it does actual sickness and stuff like that too, so go to H for headaches. You have cathedral quartz, lapis lazuli, and sugilite that are the best for that because they are underlined. And then you have amber, amethyst, always have issues with this one, dioptaz, and magnesite, smoky quartz, hematite, rose quartz, turquoise, jet, blue sapphire. Chakra to put it on is your brow. That one's a little obvious. But then it goes into a little bit more information. I'll say arising from neck tension, magnetite on the base of your skull is best, and from negative environmental factors or electromagnetic stress, smoky quartz, poor posture, magnetite, upset stomach, ametrine. And it gives you a little bit more information, but it's not wordy. It's not paragraphs. It really is exactly what I just read you. It's just a list of the different stones. The reason this is nice is because when you try to look up by stone, it can get really irritating because you're looking at stone after stone after stone trying to find one that has attributes that you need. Whereas this, you're looking up by that attribute, and it gives you a list. So if you don't have the first stone listed, you can go through and you can find one that you have, or one that is fairly inexpensive and easy to find. It does have a little bit more information in the back once you get past the directory. Not a whole lot, but it does have a small, tiny bit. But for the most part, that's that last few pages. This whole part's the directory. I recommend this to anybody who does use crystal healing, or who is interested in using it. If you're really advanced, you probably won't need it, but even then, it's a really nice, quick reference guide. Also by Judy Hall, we have the Crystal Bible. Do not be scared by the word Bible. And we also have Volume 2. Volume 1, let's see here. This much of the front is not encyclopedia. And this much of the back is not encyclopedia. It is a quick reference guide, so it goes over chakras and stuff. Every one of her books go through chakras, how to do elixirs and positions for stones, at least a little bit. I think it's because she's assuming, this might be the first book of hers that you're picking up, and it makes it so that, you have that information at hand no matter what. So that leaves this for the encyclopedia. Volume 1 contains a lot of basic stones. It also contains some other ones that you might not know of, like ametrine, which is one of my favorites. It's kind of a naturally grown mixture of amethyst and citrine. I love this stone. It is absolutely gorgeous. But what the book will do is it'll tell you color, appearance, rarity, and source, place where it's kind of easy to find, where it's found or dug up. Then you have attributes, and then it'll go into healing and positions. And some have a little bit more to them, like appetite, which will tell you positions that it's good for, along with specific colors. So blue appetite, yellow appetite, and sometimes it'll have a little picture to the side that shows you what it looks like with that different color. So this is a really good quick reference for, like, you're wanting to get a stone and you want to know what all it's good for, so you know if you're getting it for the attributes or if it's just going to be something that you think is a pretty stone and you'd like it in your house, you'd like it for the vibes it's giving off. But this can help you as a quick reference guide for shopping and figuring out, you know, okay, this stone's good for this, I like that, I'm going to use that a lot. Rather than sometimes, depending on the stone, dropping like 50 bucks on something and finding out that there wasn't a whole lot you were going to do with it healing-wise. Volume 2, it has some common stones in it, but it also has some that you probably may or may not have heard of, depending on your interest in stones. It also goes over a lot of the kind of subcategories, I'll say. For example, let's see here. It stops at some point, I know. Flipping, flipping, flipping. Okay, I'm just going to stop there because I'm not finding the end. This much right here is just different kinds of quartz. That is about 1/3 of an inch of book there. That is just different kinds of quartz. So for the more advanced practitioner, this book is good for that. So obviously I recommend her from how I started out the video. I absolutely love her books, but out of all of them, these 3 are the ones I would suggest that you should have in your collection if you are a budding stone junkie, or even if you're an advanced one, they're still fun to use and they're a good quick reference. You can find them on Amazon, and the last I checked, you can find a listing on eBay every once in a while. So check them out. They're worth the buy and they're worth having in your library. See you next week, and blessed be.